So it's April, and that means warmer temperatures are coming. They've already been here a little bit here in Ohio, but they're starting to come in full force, right? Going to be. And with that comes the more focus on hydration. Staying hydrated, making sure we get enough water, all of those things. But sometimes water is not enough, and we need some electrolytes to kind of help our bodies replenish the sweat that we're sweating either during our workouts or just running around playing with our kids or just keeping up with them, right? The issue though is some electrolytes can just get very costly. It can just, over time, can get very costly to purchase a bottle or packs of electrolytes. And if you're like me, we're trying to save some money and trying not to spend money, but don't want that to cost my health at all either. So I'm gonna make my own electrolytes here at home. It's basically the gist of this. So with everything that I have had at home, besides buying some flavoring packs to help flavor this electrolyte mix that I'm making. So what we're using is some salt. That's what electrolytes are. They're sodium, guys. Light salt, again, sugar. I know, that's a surprise, right? And then we're using True Orange packets for the flavoring. I am going to you can make one serving at a time, but if you're like me, that's gonna get very not boring, but hard to do because we're busy moms. I don't want to just make one serving. So I'm actually going to make 30 servings. I'm going to reuse an old tub. I'm not showing what brand this is, but an old tub of actual electrolytes. I have the scooper and everything. So I clean this out really well with some soap and water and let it dry really, really well as well. Wow. Well, how many times are we going to say well? So I'm going to show you how to do this, or what I'm doing, or the recipe I'm using. But we're using salt, light salt, True Orange packets, and sugar. And what this is going to amount to per serving is roughly 15 to 20 calories, 4 to 5 grams of carbs, 4 to 5 grams of sugar, 600 to 700 milligrams of sodium, 300 to 350 milligrams of potassium, 0 fat and 0 protein. Those are the estimated nutritional facts for this mixture that I'm creating per serving, so per scoop. Okay, we're gonna try it and see, but literally have everything in the house, so besides the True Orange packets, which I need to look up how much I paid for this, but we're gonna use 30 of these because we're doing 1 pack per serving, and there's 50 packs in this box, so we'll have some left over for the next batch. But if you're like me and you use 1 scoop a day, that's a whole month worth that we're basically saving and not have to go buy from other products. Now granted, this company's, their nutritional facts, mine is a little bit higher on the sodium, so we're going to see how the taste and everything is, and plus I'm doing this here at home, not in a manufacturer, but they have 10 calories per scoop, 1 gram of carb, 500 sodium, 1 gram of fiber. Potassium is 200 milligrams for them. So it's done a little bit differently because it's done in a manufacturer and for the shelf life. I'm going to be using this at least daily, so shelf life I'm not too concerned about, so I don't need to add all those additives into the product. I just need the basic stuff that I'm going to need for my body to replenish. So that's why if you look at the label and you see all this other citric acid and they used pink salt, there's a lot of things I can't read. But a lot of this is because of shelf life, because they don't know how long this bottle is going to sit on the shelf before it sells. So they have to make this last. So when the customer gets this product, it has to be fresh. So a little bit different setup. If I would have a manufacturer create what I'm creating, then they would have to add in other stuff into the product, of course, to make it last. But we're going to do this, and then I'm going to test it. I know I should make 1 serving and test it, but I'm going to use this no matter what it tastes like, to be honest, just because that's just me. And I like orange flavor, so that's why we're doing orange. So let's get to making this. The first thing is going to be kind of boring, but we're going to make I gotta open 30 of these packs, and we're gonna put it in the Ninja, and we're gonna blend this first, the 30 of these, to grind them up, just because the texture of this versus the salt is a little bit different, and if I don't blend this up, it's not gonna be fine enough, and eventually it could separate inside the container. So we're trying to fine this up. Then we're gonna add the sugar. The sugar is gonna help bond it all together. That's why we're adding sugar in here, but if you notice, 4 to 5 grams of sugar per scoop is not that big of a deal. So that's why we're gonna add it in to help bond the salt and the True Orange together. But also, before I grab a scoop out, like when this sets, I'm gonna shake this up just to make sure it's mixed well. But let's open 30 packs of the True Orange. It's gonna be boring, so we're probably gonna fast forward through this part, but here we go.
Whole time, I be getting so lit. Whole time, everybody want it. No sign, ever tell me can't fit. Can nobody ever tell me no, no. When I pull up, I break it down. When I pull up, I own it now. Watch me do what I can show you how. When I like it when you bow on the ground. When I walk in, they talking. Who's that girl walking with that body T? She the type that I wanna be. Everybody wanna be like me. Blonde hair, snatched waist, wanna be like me. Top tier, model face, wanna be like me. Ooh la 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 la, your fantasy. Ooh la 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 la, la la la. Ooh la 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 la, your fantasy. Ooh la 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 la, wanna be me. Gold on my neck, got pearl on my wrist. 24K, you taste when I kiss. Always wanna above, I'm the best. No double when I light up the century, poses on fire. Taking the flick is worth more than your wire. Looking in the mirror, can you tell me who's flyer? Passing the baton to my own empire. Whoa, yeah, you know you wanna taste of my tone. Full of every move I make when it round. Even trying to fill a space that I own. Every lane that you drive on the road. Who's that girl walking with that body T? She the type that I wanna be. Everybody wanna be like me. Who's that girl walking with that body T? She the type that I wanna be. Everybody wanna be like me. Blonde hair, snatched waist, wanna be like me. Top tier, model face, wanna be like me. Blonde hair, snatched waist, wanna be like me. Top tier, model face, wanna be like me. Wanna be like me. Ooh la 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 la, your fantasy. Ooh la 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 la, la la.
All right, so we got the True Orange 30 packs in here, then we blended it up so it's into like a fine powder. Next, we're gonna add sugar in. So we're gonna add 10 tablespoons of sugar, and then we're gonna mix those two things briefly, and then we're gonna add our salt, and we're just gonna mix it really well. And then it will be done. Then we're gonna scoop one out and we're gonna drink it. I did look up the True Orange. It's about, depending upon how many packs, it can range from $6 to $15. So this is how much I paid. Granted, this is 50 pack. I used 30. It's gonna roll over to the next batch that I make, and then everything else I had on hand. So really, you're gonna be saving money, but also you're not getting that extra product in your product, extra ingredients that you might not need just because of shelf life. But I'm gonna keep you guys updated throughout this month of how the consistency is, how it mixes as it does sit on my shelf at home. But next up, 10 tablespoons of sugar. Put you guys up here.
I walk in, they talking. Who's that girl walking with that body T? She the type that I wanna be. Everybody wanna be like me. Blonde hair, snatched waist, wanna be like me. Top tier, model face, wanna be like me. Ooh la 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 la, your fantasy. Ooh la 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 la, la la la. Ooh la 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 la, your fantasy. Ooh la 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 la, wanna be me.
Okay, this should really focus a little bit better. So we get it all mixed up, all of it in this. So we're gonna take this off. So overall though, so the true orange, the purpose of it is to add flavor without adding a bunch of calories or a bunch of added stuff. The true orange is literally crystallized orange. So citric acid, orange oil, and orange juice, and a little bit of sugar, like a tiny bit. But there's no artificial sweeteners. So the purpose is to add flavor. You don't want to drink this and it just be salt, right? Because that's what we put a lot of salt in, some sugar, right? But you want it to have some orange flavor without, like I said, adding a bunch of stuff. But here it is, and we're gonna pour it into the container. Try to without spilling it. This is literally, I just think it's funny. It's literally like the same amount you would get when you buy a tub of electrolytes. Isn't that crazy? Look. So now, I forgot to grab a bottle. Now, we're gonna grab a bottle, we're gonna fill some water, and we're gonna put 1 scoop of this in and see what it tastes like right on camera. So let's get some water. Typically you want like 20 ounces of water when you mix 1 scoop of your electrolytes. You can do 16 ounces, 12. You're just gonna get a stronger taste of this. So, it smells like the orange. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous, but let's see what we got. So we're gonna go 1, maybe just a little bit. So let's see. Mix this up in my bottle. See if it's something I can drink every day. I usually mix it in this bottle, and I forget how big. It's a 24-ounce bottle. So I did put a little half a scoop as well, so one and a little half, just because of the water. Granted, I didn't fill this all the way up. Kind of just want to see what this. See how it mixes in here? It smells like orange. I ain't gonna lie. It smells like orange. I'm not using a shaker bottle, just a water bottle, so just making sure it's extra. But you can, I don't think you can see anything. All right, ready? Taste test. So I taste salt with a little bit of orange, which isn't terrible. I mean, I can drink it. I do think it needs some more flavoring, or less water. I'm not sure, but it's not bad. So what I'm gonna try, I'm just curious, I'm gonna add 1 packet to this and see if that helps the flavoring. If it doesn't, then I gotta find another kind of, what do I want to say, flavor pack that will work. And potentially, yes, you could use any flavor pack that you use. You know, you can make a base. So you could use this, but just have your sodium and sugar, so your salt and your sugar in this. Put 1 scoop and then put a flavor packet. you could do that as well. And that's something that I could do even with the True Orange. But let's just see if this helps. True Orange is hard because there's not a ton of, like, it's not a strong flavor. But let's just see. It's just a healthy option, but you could use any type of flavoring. So yeah, that helped. I don't taste as much salt now. But so I don't know if adding another pack will help or what. But I mean, I can drink it. So we got our homemade electrolytes here. We're still winging it. We're still going to test some more out, some different options, some different flavors, some different mixtures to see if we can nail this down where it is like just feels like it came off the shelf or came from a manufacturer. So anyway, all right, so Hazel and I are outside the gym. Well, sort of, yeah, outside the front of the gym. She sees a groundhog, so she's like, let me out, Mom. But we're here at the gym real fast. I had to drop off microwaves I just picked up. And then I'm looking at this concrete space that's out here, trying to get creative to create more gym space as we're getting we're growing, which is amazing. So now I feel the space needs to grow, just to hold members and hold kids. And I mean, you only have so much space within those four walls. So now I'm trying to be creative with this concrete space that's outside the gym. So we came and I took a couple pictures to try to figure out the logistics of it. But come summertime, when it starts to get warmer up, raising the garage doors and then having this space. But again, we have to protect kids, so we have to do some sort of fencing. But also, I don't know what equipment you can have outside that can handle the weather. That's what I'm not sure about. But like that, I don't know if you guys, the building has our tables and chairs for parties. That can be moved to, there's a concrete spot, so that can be moved out of this area. But this can open up so much more gym space. It's just gonna be outdoor space, and I'm just not sure how. Like I said, I don't know what equipment you can have outside. But I see other gyms do it all the time, but are they from California? And you know, it's always nice out, but like, because I can't just move equipment in and out. But I want to like just create more floor space for moms to be able to do more, have more space, feel more comfortable, and not be so packed full in that gym now as we're growing. And we have so much space out here, like we go all the way up to the road. So like parking and stuff, like you can take this, and people don't typically park here anyway. So we have a lot of space to use. But again, money, cost, like I want to do something without going overboard and spending a ton of money. But we are growing, which is so amazing, and I'm just, gosh, it's insane, but I love it. But now, as a gym owner, you're like, okay, people are coming, people are getting the word out, but I don't want them to be scared off by too many people. I'm gonna start driving, but I'm not really on the road yet, because I gotta go pick the kids up. You know what I mean? Like I don't want them to be scared off because of the space. And there's too many people. But also I'm trying to figure out AC issue a little bit, because the main floor doesn't have AC. And so I thought maybe by opening up the gym space, by opening those garage doors, we can create more space and some ventilation to create more airflow in the gym. But I'm also looking at maybe the option of a AC splitter. If I had all the money in the world, just build my own building. But anyway, that's what we were doing, Hazel and I. We're off to go get the kids. But I just wanted to stop and get a couple pictures and try to create something with that concrete space that's not going to cost me a bunch. I mean, you're talking more equipment, that's money, flooring to put down on top of that concrete, money. Fencing I already actually have because I've been wanting to fence this area in. So I just gotta figure it out, but we need more space, which is great, right? Right, Hazel? Yeah. So anyway, off to pick up the kiddos. So I'm driving, so I better get off. Ah!